I'm in Shenandoah National Park, and this is the Dickey Ridge picnic area. This is mile marker 5 up near Front Royal, Virginia. Real nice picnic area. There's my little red car. And I'm going to head over this way and cross over Skyline Drive and hike along an old fire road that takes you to the ruins of the Snead Farm, but it also branches off and goes down the east side of the mountain. So I've been to the farm before, so I'm going to take the branch of the road that goes down the east side of the mountain and see if I can follow it down to the boundary. I'm not sure I can go down that far, but we'll see. The elevation here is 1,925 feet. So I'm just a couple hundred yards into my hike. There's where I came from, where I parked at the picnic area. Come up here. This is Skyline Drive. You go to the right. We're going to go down that ways a little ways, and then we're going to turn left onto the fire road. Okay, here's the fire road. We're going to turn left and go across the chain and head on down this way. Quarter of a mile into my hike. The elevation here is 1,940 feet, and this is the first split in the road. There's where I came from. And when you get to the split here, if you go to the right, that takes you up to the summit. But we're going to go left and follow this branch of the road. It says Snead Farm. So go left. Four-tenths of a mile into my hike. The elevation here is 1,920 feet. It's been pretty flat. And this is the second branch in the road. There's an arrow indicating go to the right to go to the old Snead Farm, the ruins of the farm. If I have time, I'll take you there. Otherwise, we'll just skip it. I've already done that. But I'm going to take this branch to the left here. This goes down the side of the mountain, but I don't know if it's been closed off for a really long period of time. Might not be able to go very far, but let's see how far we can get. .5 miles into my hike, I'm down to 1,820 feet. And this is the end of the road, or at least the end of the maintained road. Looks like there's a well down here. Probably supplies water up to the Dickey Ridge Visitor Center. There's the wellhead, and this looks like the pump house. It's got electrical power coming down to it. There's the road it came down on. It's pretty steep, and there's a little bit of a turnaround here. I'm going to wander down through this grass over here and see if I can see the road extending down the side of the mountain. I mean, it used to, but if it hasn't been traveled on in the last 90 years, nature's probably reclaimed it. But anyway, I'll go over there and let's see what it looks like. Well, I looked around some, and this looks like the road, believe it or not. Maybe you can see that's a big pile of rocks there. That's how they closed it off. Up there's the pump house. This is an open area, probably turnaround area. And so when you're coming up, if you look to the left, you'll see a slight bit of a clearing here. And then this huge pile of rocks. So this is closed off now. I went over the rocks and down the side of the hill just a little ways. But once you get down there a couple hundred more yards, I mean, you can't tell hardly where the road used to be. So I just decided to forget about it. You'll see how far down I went on my GPS track. And we'll just come up this way. We'll go to Plan B. I'll take you up to Snead Farm, and you can see the barn and whatever else might be left up there. So let's head up that way. .3 miles into my hike. The elevation here is 2,010 feet. And there's the ruins of the Snead barn, and there's nothing else left of the farm, I don't think. There's the road it came up on. I'll get some shots of the barn. They must be using that for something because it looks like it's fairly well maintained. And then over here somewhere in this open area is where the house was. I'm pretty sure the concrete foundation is still there. I'll go over there and see what's there now. Okay, well here's where the house was. You can see some steps right there. There's some iron pieces for hanging a gate. And that's probably the stairs that went up to part of the house. Come up here. So there's the steps, and part of the wall looks like there was a concrete patio back there. More wall, and then this takes you down towards the front. There's the road it came in on, and the barn's over there. So, and over there I see tons of ripe berries. I'm going to go over there and check them out too. Probably eat a few of them. So over there is the barn, and over here at this end is another set of steps with a gate. Concrete steps coming up. This part here was probably a yard, a terraced part of the yard. There's some terrace work back there. I don't see any capstones on there, so that probably wasn't part of the wall. It's this huge bush. It looks like a boxwood to me. It's just enormously big now. Look at this thing. Oh man, that thing's huge. Alright, I heard some water running too, so let's go over here and see if we can find a spring or something. Here's part of an old cast iron drain pipe. Comes down there, goes down into the ground. That, I'm guessing, probably runs underground and comes over here somewhere where they probably had a drain field. So, looks like maybe this place had a sanitary sewer, as it were. Now the elevation of that thing, unless the bathroom was on the second floor, it could have been out here. The bathroom could have been out here somewhere, up there on that hill just a little ways, because over here is where the wall is for the rest of the house. There's the stairs. Here's the far wall. Patio. Found the spring box. Still got some water in it. So, over there's the house, and here's a spring box. Okay, over there's the house. Spring box is back there. And here's a round hole in the ground. I'm guessing it's been filled in some. Could have been some sort of I don't know. Could have been some sort of a fish pond or a lily pond, or maybe even some kind of a root cellar. Although it would have been awfully damp for a root cellar, but well, who knows. The fact that it's slightly downhill from the spring box, it could have automatically, when the water got up to a certain level, it could have overflowed into here. And then when this got full, it just overflowed down onto the ground. Who knows? I'm just guessing. Let's go check the barn out. Okay, well that round thing must have been maybe some sort of a pond, because here's the actual root cellar. Look, it's got a tin roof on it, built into the side of the mountain. And there's a whole bunch of wooden cribs down there. You know something? I don't think I'm going to go down in there. Could be snakes, monsters, skeletons. Who knows what's in there? But anyway, that's the root cellar. And then right across the way here is the barn, the back side of the barn. There's a regular sized door, a couple windows. There's a big sliding barn door. Looks like they've got it all screwed shut though. Can't see in it. This is a map of today's hike. The quadrangle name is Chester Gap, 1994. And I hiked down an old abandoned fire road. I was hoping to get down to the park boundary, but I didn't make it that far. I'll show you here in a second. So plan B, I went over to the ruins of the Snead Farm. There's a barn there and the foundation of the old farmhouse. This red line here is Skyline Drive coming down from the north. And right here is the Dickey Ridge Visitor Center. And just south of there is this picnic area here. And mile marker 5 is right about here. So I parked here at the south end of the picnic area. And then there's a short little distance on Skyline Drive, and then you turn left onto the fire road. Now the fire road goes a couple of different ways. If you come up this way, this will take you all the way up to the summit. There's an aircraft navigation beacon up there. You can go straight this way, which takes you out to the ruins of the Snead Farm. But what I was doing was I wanted to follow this leg of the road down this way to the park boundary, down to about here. So I parked here, came on down to here, but when I got to here, that was pretty much the end of the road that I could see. There's a well head here and a pumping station. Probably provides water back up here to the visitor center. I did find part of the road beyond here, but once I got a few hundred yards down this way, you couldn't really tell where the road was anymore. So I turned around and just came back like this. And then I followed this on down to here, which is the Snead Farm, the ruins of it. There's a barn there that's still in pretty good shape, and there is a root cellar, and over this way is the concrete and stone foundation for the farmhouse, and there's a spring box there, and there's another round structure that might have been an old pond or something. It's hard to tell what that was. So anyhow, I came down here, took pictures, and then basically just hiked on back to the car here. Real short hike. It was 2.3 miles, counting everything, and the ascent was 390 feet, so it's relatively flat for being in the mountains. And that was the hike for today.